Yo. Chad. Chad, I don't know what to say. Sorry. It gave an error. This PC is actually not a streaming PC. I think it's fighting for its tiny little life here. So 3 streams in the morning. You guys can't say we didn't give you guys a lot of bang for your buck. But yeah, do apologize. I'm not gonna touch anything here. I haven't touched anything. I'm literally just waiting here for us to break out of this range. Guys asking about what's the biggest trade. It's weird. I don't know what that is to anyone. What is the biggest trade? That's the thing in life. You need to ask the right questions. Some guys focus on the wrong questions. If we can get the likes now to 200, I'll do 5 account giveaways. When people ask me that, I say 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Wesley, I don't know. It's weird. If you really think about it, the value of a trade for everyone is going to be different. So the value, if this trade plays out to one guy, could be 100 Rand. It could be $10 for one guy. It could be 50,000 Rand for the other guy. But it's not really about the value of the trade. The idea is what counts. It's the points. So for everyone, this idea is going to have a different outcome in terms of a monetary value. But the information is valuable either way. So asking somebody what is their biggest trade, I don't know if you want to cement legitimacy by money, because I know a lot of people with a lot of money that can't trade, and they've had some really big trades. But the thing is, they've got a lot of discretionary income. So again, it's a question with the validity and the measurement against makes 0 sense. It just baffles me. But anyway. Stefan, so the previous bootcamp is in the Discord section, my brother. So if you go onto the Discord and you go to the education library, you'll see that the previous 2 bootcamp sessions, I think that was held on the 10th. So very likely, I'll chat to Keegs. This weekend we'll have the second bootcamp, and that will be shared in the announcement section. We will share the details for that. But the next bootcamp will most likely either be this weekend or next weekend. No, Gareth. No. The issue I've had with multiple trade accounts is that I used a company called Duplicum, which I thought at the stage was very good. It's a Swiss company, but Social Trading Tools is a lot better. The only reason I wouldn't suggest that is because a lot of times you can drop connection between your master and your slave. And if you think about it, trading is already stressful. Now you need to make sure that those trades are copying through correctly, because the companies do disclaim themselves if trades do not copy through. I've had the unfortunate thing where I did that, closed the trade on the master. One of my slave accounts did not close, and a massively profitable trade turned into a losing one. End of the afternoon, just went through the various accounts, and unfortunately that one that I closed in a big profit on the one account turned into a big loss on the other. So I'm thinking in trading you want to keep it as simple and as easy as possible for you. The more things you have to worry about, the less your focus is going to be on the trading. So try and keep it, if you can, have one trading account. You don't want to jump between various tasks. That's going to cause you stress. So that's my suggestion. I think Chad, I've been in this game very long. I think my biggest trade was about 150k single trade. Biggest month was about 56 or $60,000. But yeah, that was my biggest because when I started trading, I didn't trade like a lot of these guys, stacking positions, taking 100 trades a day. I purely went with one trade, maybe 2 or 3 trades a week. Because remember, I started trading Elliott Wave, Chad. That's where my trading journey started, trading Elliott Wave and harmonic price patterns. So you are very, very selective on your trades there. Alrighty, Chad, we are getting that break below Asia lows. Beautiful. So I just want to see how far we are away. Alright, Chad, I'm adding another position on this drop. Starter position is in. I'm adding another position here. There we go. Okay, stop loss in. You can average to there. Okay. Okay, that's our average positioning. Let's check DXY quickly. DXY rejecting that Asia high level, that range we spoke about. NASDAQ also taking a little bit of a cliff dive. As mentioned, I would not be surprised if we first come and sweep these lows and then come back into the range. Ultimately bullish on the day. Not going to shift my bias on the day. So I'll be looking to add into the zone. Similar to yesterday, what we had, that deep dive around about 9:30, exactly where we are trading now, and then started to make our way back. But again, will not shift my bias for the day. One idea, and that is to buy today. Volume not going. Jexy, I don't mind it at all, my brother. I will add, remember, go watch the video from yesterday. So if you take your daily, if you take your daily candle and you take that previous daily candle, there's it. Okay. And you divide it into 4 quadrants. This is the 50 now. You can add positions all the way to down here, and this trade idea can still play out. Do we break out lower? Do we shift this entire daily candle from yesterday after taking a previous daily low? Or do we expect this with little to no top wick? Do we expect a daily to shift like this? Is this how we expect a reversal? No. That is why I'm fairly confident that today can close bullish, like I mentioned. And even if it does not close bullish, I've got my idea and I'm sticking to it. Because if I start to chop and change that, because we're trading the higher time frame, that is when you get yourself into trouble. But anything still holding in this zone here, I am still very happy to get involved with. I can only really get bullish if we take this previous daily bearish. If we take this previous daily high, push up to there, reject, and then start trading back in the range. But other than that, I am purely a buyer today. I am purely bullish. I'm purely bullish. We could get exactly the same move that we got yesterday. That drop. And then from there started to make our way back to the upside. So, yeah. Not selling him, my brother. Chris, I searched for the average daily and wicks range and I could not find it on TradingView. That is very, very weird. Because it's DJI, average wicks and daily range. So just make sure you type it in correctly. I don't think so, Jan Louis. Second time I trade on a signal and got clapped. I quit, lol. What signal? Chris, you still looks so choppy on 15 minutes from last week, Thursday. Let's check it out. Last week, Thursday. US 30 has effectively been very... I don't even want to say difficult. You can't really say difficult, but... very jagged, like up, down, down. This is very, very jagged. If you look at this, this is effectively one big consolidation all the way from Thursday. I think you're referring to that. But it has been very, very sharp. Your stop loss is where my TP, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I'm just looking to build my positions into these lows. Effectively bullish, Chad. No, nothing's going to shift or deter me from the bullishness today. And even if we are not bullish today, that's fine. We'll see where we close today, but I am looking for buys. Let's check gold quickly. Gold back at Asia lows. Let's check the 15. Trying to get back above here. As mentioned, if we can get back above this zone, there is the potential for a trade back into the range, but we're going to monitor that. NASDAQ, also nice little drop. Finally, Asia lows taken. As mentioned, these lows were just way too clean. So any move back now into Asia range is going to be a nice clean move. GBP USD, as mentioned as well, very likely we can push to the upside. Nice hold on that point of control. And GJ, we mentioned this mid-range area. So remember that nice little mid-range we spoke about. So there on the 15, nice rejection. So if you took notes, also the half round there. So very simple, identifying the consolidation, identifying that midpoint where we had support and resistance on it. And there we go. So I don't know who traded GJ. Personally, I don't really trade GJ anymore. But there was your mid-range. I just want to see, that was also weirdly enough your point of control where we rejected, and I think Asia lows, there we go, Asia lows has now been officially swept. Daily S1, there was your daily pivot. Let me just delete this quickly. There was your daily pivot rejection. So perfect trade from daily pivot to S146 if you were locked in there. Alright, chat, if we can get a very solid 5-minute bullish candle close, I'm going to add one more position here and then I am set. And then we're just going to let time do its thing. So let's check this 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I would love if this can close bearish. Next 5 minute closing nice, bullish engulfing. They use body closure. I think most of us use wicks. Grab a kick play for the win. Chris, bro, I see a bearish engulfing on H4. Are we going for support? Let's look for the gap from last week as first TP. Pip tracker, I'm looking for that flat body resistance area there as TP. So that is what I'm targeting for the day. Let me just check. Kribo, what do we search for regarding the indicator? It's DGI. There's a DGI, every wicks and daily range. Let me actually screenshot it for you guys. Let me screenshot it. Alright, 4 minutes. There's a chat. Let me know if you guys get it. DGI A, average wicks and daily range. Is that no, Brian? This just averages that I work out. So if you think about it, a lot of guys would want a bigger sample on. So here's my thinking, chat. Almost like a EMA, an exponential moving average that gives more weight to the most recent price. I feel it's the same with price action. So why would you want to look at averages from 2 years ago? You want to look at what's currently happening. So for me, that is the last month. The last month is going to give me more or less idea of the volume. So if I take that and I work out the average top and bottom wicks, just using averages, just using median values, that is where I got those values and the theory from. Because effectively, if you think about everything in the market, and if you think about, for the guys that did science and chemistry, nature would always want to come to a point of rest. And it's the similar with price. Price would always want to come back to the mean. So if you use averages and you give yourself enough room for error, like I said, the idea with the stop is not to try and have a tight stop loss. The idea here is to try and build into a position and to basically trade around the framework idea of we are bullish on the day. That is my idea. My idea is not to try and be a sniper. I don't have to snipe to trade because I want massive volume. No. I'm looking at it as an investment account, and I'm dollar cost averaging as we move down. And you want to build into your position, and that's what's going to give you the edge. Because if you think about it, how many times we spoke about it, how many times have you taken a trade? How many times have you taken a trade and you were right on the direction, but your trade management and your stop losses is what kicked you out? And now I'm saying you had the position and you got thrown out of the position due to, I don't even want to call it bad trade management, but due to, let's say, a little bit of market volatility. So now I'm saying double your stops or triple your stops, reduce your lot sizes, and give your trade the opportunity to play out. Because effectively, once you get stopped out of that trade, you took the loss, you realized the loss. Personally, I'm in this trade, I haven't realized the loss. So if I had my stop there, that was a chunk out of my trading account. If I had my stop there, that's another chunk out of my trading account. If I had my stop there, but now I haven't realized a loss or a gain. So I've given myself the ample opportunity for this trade to potentially play out. I hope that makes sense for you guys. At least Chris is real when he says you're doing something, sticks to it. Bro, that is so weird that you guys can't see the indicator. I'll check now. Let's check. I missed the push down. Let me see that I miss anything. Just bro, I speak very slow. I actually sound a little retarded sometimes, so if you need me to speak any slower, bro, I can't. I can't speak any slower, my brother. This brain is already running on an Intel Celeron. It's not even a i3 or i5. It's literally Celeron. But yeah, Chad, that is the idea. Yeah, not stressed. The risk I'm putting on, more than comfortable with the risk. If you are not comfortable with your trade, your risk it's too much. Scale down. If you really think about it, the amount of times you've blown accounts and the amount of time you've spent, if you had to slow everything down, and how much could you have compounded in that time? Chatted to somebody on Instagram over the weekend, and he was talking about rushing prop firm challenges. And I said, brother, in that 20 accounts that you try to rush, if you had to just focus on one, you could have reaped the rewards from at least one account. But now you're out of pocket buying 20 challenges. That's the first thing. For me, it's never about the money. I always say when I look at something, it's always about the time wasted. And money you can recoup. Money is something that you can exponentially recoup. Time is something that you can never recoup. So for me, it's always that time component. If you spent, say, a month blowing 20 challenges, you could have rather spent that month studying for something, an add course to what you're currently doing, working extra hours at your job. But now you spent a month losing money, and it added no value. So that time is gone. The money you can make back. The money you can get one funded account, you can get one payout, money recoup. But that time chalked. So anything for me in life comes back to time spent. Hey Gareth, there we go, brother. There we go. Beautiful. Take it easy, guys. Take it easy. There's no need to rush this. I don't know why everyone runs into trading head first. Slow it down. Delete social media if you have to. The issue is you comparatively looking at someone else's life and you want to emulate that, and you think trading is going to be the solution. Absolutely not. I've said it so many times, trading is not necessarily going to make you rich. You need to have money in trading if you want to really make it big, or you need to do prop firms, because prop firms exponentially will progress you if you don't have money. But then effectively you're going to get money and you can reinvest that money. Yeah, please stop watching these influencer traders. I effectively, Chad, I don't want to lie. I think if I have to go back on time, I think I'm still net negative in my trading, if I have to be very honest with you guys. If I go back, it was 2018 when I can't really say my own trading. Let's say the trading business that I started. The amount of money that I lost in a span of 6 months trying to my own prop firm, but not really a prop firm. I had the traders on consultancy agreements. The amount of money that I sowed into that is a big amount. And if I just had to invest that money, let's say I didn't even trade that money, I didn't even buy a property, I just invested that money. 2018, 7 years. Fuck, bro. Let me check. Let's check here. 7 years. This is sickening, but I have to see it. Okay, so the gain that I gave up in that time is just if I invested those funds and not try to do what I had in my mind, is almost 8 million rand. That not talking about the principal capital, just talking about the opportunity cost of. But again, if things worked out, this number would have been a small value, but that is the price you pay with an idea and throwing money at it. That actually drove me into, I want to say, depression at one stage, where you consider yourself to be an intelligent person, and then it's like, how the hell do you get to a stage where your mind was just numb and you're throwing money into an idea that is just absolutely sapping money out of you? But don't do the math. Hey, Brian. That's why I tell a lot of people, if I had to go back, everything I know now, and I had to shift a few things. Let's say if I can go back 8 years, I would be retired now. So, but that was obviously not God's plan for me. And there's obviously a reason I had to go through all of that. So I think ultimately things will work out as it should. And God obviously has a destiny for all of us. And maybe if I was retired, I would have never streamed. I would have never had the opportunity to meet a lot of you guys. I wouldn't have had the opportunity to sit here with you guys every day. I do think to a certain point these streams have added value to your life as a trader. I think there's been a lot of good that has been sown from the streams. Not trying to sell you anything here, just honestly speaking, we've had a lot of positive feedback. So if you think about what life is really about, life is not really about yourself. If you really think about it, life is about community. Life is about helping others. And then once you start to realize that, then it's like, okay, this is not really just about me. This is about others. And how you can help others. That's why the Bible says it is better to give than to receive. And that is also why the second commandment is to love thy neighbor as you love yourself. So then you start to realize the true meaning of life. That it's not selfish ambition, but it's actually that interaction with community, family, friends. I've been watching your streams for 7 months, and it's definitely been more positive for me as a trader and an individual. Beautiful, Gareth. Chris, on your first trade on your prop account, do you recommend one? I'll go lower, Jason. Give yourself as much room for error initially, and rather start adding risk once you've got some momentum. Otherwise, if you think about it, if you start big, you take that knock, now immediately mentally you're under pressure. But if you start small, build up some capital, then you're gonna just mentally be in a better space. Everyone has a story to tell this journey, but hopefully we don't give up, and I believe it will all end well for us all. Richard Berry, how it ends is we get put into the ground, my brother. That is how life ends. So we've got so little time on this earth. So why not make a positive impact? I love being retired. It's excellent. Mods, please delete that guy saying he loves to be retired. We have you here now, brother. I wouldn't have it any other way, if I'm being very honest. Like I said, there was a time where I dealt quite, or stayed in the past quite heavily. But but you can't move forward if you are consistently thinking about coulda, woulda, shoulda, why did I do this? Yeah, felt very sorry for myself, and then it was like, all right, let's get our shit together. That depression sucks ass. It does, bro. Any type of depression sucks. My Wi-Fi is so terrible. I'm enjoying this live. Guys, liking the stream is really free. It is really free, chat. And if we get 200 likes, we are going to do some very nice giveaways. 8 million in Alan Gray, 18% per year interest would have been amazing. I've called myself stupid a few times. Hey, Brian, that's the thing, bro. I always thought when you hear about businessmen, it's like they were doing so well and they lost it all. And I'm thinking, how the fuck do you lose everything? And then when you're there yourself, it's like, oh, this is how you lose everything. Okay. Now I know. Leonardo community, we never knew we needed. Amen. It's beautiful, Chad. That's what it's about. Like I said, all of you guys, it has honestly been it has been amazing as the community grows, the positive feedback, a lot of you guys getting your breakthrough in trading. There's little light bulb moments where it's like, oh, okay, I see that. So that support footy work, guys. It was only for that day, Robin. It was only for Friday. It was I myself owe so much to the stream. Absolute fucking brilliant. Hey, Eti's also been supporting us. We do appreciate all you do for the community. I know that your streaming helped us a lot with our training. It helped us structure and shape our training. Beautiful, Amina. TG's. No, Amina, not at all. Not at all. No, I'm just reflecting. I'm just reflecting a little bit this morning. No. I really enjoy it. Like I said, for me, it really shaped the idea that everything you need to do needs to be, to some extent, benefiting the broader community. Like, if you think about it, if everything is just about yourself and what you want to do, there's no joy in it. I don't know how to describe it. Like, let's say I come on the streams here and I'm like, hi guys, I'm winning and I bought this car and I'm going on this trip, and all of you guys are just watching there. Then what joy do you have there if everyone is not winning? If that makes sense. Guys, Chris is gonna want raps. No, so that's what I'm saying. If you for instance, what Andy does, Chad, that is incredible. That is it's selfless. The man, and all he's doing is I've had me and Andy is very close, and I really appreciate Andy. And we had a discussion the other day, and we were talking about the gangsters, and he said he doesn't do anything special. He says when he goes there, he literally is just there. He acknowledges them. He spends time with them. He doesn't do anything special. He's not Bible bashing them. He's like, all is there. He's present in the moment with them. He recognizes them as a fellow brother or sister, and that's all he does. Nothing special, and that is why he can go in there, because there's no weird stuff that he wants to film this and he wants to pull out this, and it's just on a human to human level. He's just present there. Chris, how do you get the Globex levels for the day? There's an indicator called Globex Trap. If only I could like that. That zone of yours is crazy strong, Chris. Yeah, this zone would be strong because remember that is your flat body support area. So similar to your daily flip, these were some daily flip levels. So it is going to be strong. That's also where we held support yesterday. I could be wrong today, Chad. Like I said, for me, there's no ego here. All I'm saying is I'm buying. Same as yesterday. I said I'm purely buying, even if price drops 1,000 points. The structure was bullish for me. The same here today. I'm not flipping my bias unless we start to trade below the previous daily low and we hold there. But up until then, I'm bullish. I'm not shifting that. Unfortunately, not a lot of volume here today, though. Really, not a lot of volume. I just want to see what is the news feed saying. Join the Discord chat. Beautiful news feed in the Discord. So if you go news feed, I just want to check if we had something come out. Okay, nothing major there. Swiss CPI. Okay. Wait, Chinese Gaxa manufacturing. Okay, that was 3. Okay, so nothing came out. Yeah. So no, nothing on the geopolitical front. Will you take the reversal on GJ on the 5 minute to go long? Just curious. Brandon, let's have a look for you, my brother. I don't think it's a bad idea. Eh? If you think about what we were talking about earlier, let's quickly mark out this range. This is effectively just trading in a range. So let's do that. Let's actually do this. We mark this entire range here. And you can take, I'll take the bodies in this case, but you can take the wicks as well. So effectively, if we hold inside of this box, we are going to go back to this half point way there. So I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't think it's the worst idea, because now what happened here is a lot of traders got faked out trying to trade the breakout there. So now they are effectively stuck. So I would say enter your longs. Get long. Give yourself, let's quickly check contextually where we are. I'd say give yourself like a 30 pip stop. If it wants to come back to that daily S1, there's your previous daily low swept. So get long now. And that's your idea. Your idea is that we faked out, we closed back inside the range, and you're going to target this 50% level of that range. I think a lot of you overthink your trading, where you want to be right before you enter the trade, and you can't be right before you enter the trade. You're always going to be wrong until proven right. I'm not saying start just throwing trades left, right, and center. But a lot of you are blocked by the idea. You almost want to see the trade play out before it plays out, if that makes sense. You want to have the confidence that this trade is 100% going to play out. And for that reason, you don't take it and you watch it. And the 3 that play out, the 4th one is the loser, and that's the one you take. Unfortunately. That's just how it works. I'm asking my colleagues to like the stream. Chat, 200 likes. We are giving away 5 VF accounts. So let's see if we can bump it up. So yeah, Brandon, I think not a bad idea. You can monitor it. To be honest, I won't lie, Papa Chris. You literally elevated my trading journey to the next level. All thanks to the G's. Y'all are close to my heart. Keep up the good word. Thank you so much, my brother. Are the majority of the 2G's community from SA? Yes, mostly SA. Yeah, I don't think. Chad, if you are from SA, drop a 1. If you are out of SA, drop a 2. Once I reach my 50,000 pip goal, I'll get you guys a. Only 50,000. That is a pretty low. I love it. I love it, Gareth. 50,000 pips. That is massive. You can do research by yourself, learn about Globex. It's pretty famous. All right. 2. Okay, Dave. I think Dave is from Netherlands, if I'm not mistaken. Richard Berry. I don't know where you're from, my brother. Let me actually know from which country you are, Chad. Chris, when last did you look at German index? Let's look at it now, my brother. I feel like you are in a position and you're asking me to give you some guidance here. So let's quickly look at DAX here while you guys let me know where you're from. DAX looking a little bit choppy here. We've got a nice confirmed resistance. I believe this is the all-time high, if I'm not mistaken. That is your all-time high level there. Oh, have we not taken it yet? Ah, okay. Yeah, they said literally, just tell it's Chris that phone, and we want it like as soon as possible. No. Shit. Okay, but we'll figure it out. All right, Chad. So we've got a very nice confirmed daily. Let's maybe start that the daily is a little bit short. Let's start off with the monthly. Okay, monthly is very bullish. Okay. Very, very bullish. So that is one thing. So the monthly, we've got a very strong bullish. Weekly is a little iffy. One thing that I would say I quite like is that you can see here previously taking the previous weekly low and then started pushing up here again. So I'm going to say on DAX, I would monitor this previous weekly low. Okay. That could be the liquidity sweep to actually go and fill this wick. And then on the daily, now this is where it gets interesting. So on the daily, we've got a confirmed support right there. That is confirmed, all right? We've got 2 daily candles. This daily candle actually took 2 previous daily candle lows. So effectively, I would also be bullish on DAX for the day. And I would expect DAX now to push a little bit later today, actually flip bullish and try and retest that level up there. But now in terms of getting involved with this, we would need to see what is going on here. So there's your point of control currently. There's that daily zone that we marked out. So I'm going to say longs are going to look really, really good once you start trading above here. All right, so once you start trading above that point of control, that's also that daily zone we marked out. Look there. There's your daily zone similar to US 30. And once you start holding above there, I think this could be a very nice trade to the upside. If it starts trading towards the downside, it is very, very tricky to short while we are holding above this previous daily low. So I wouldn't necessarily be a seller in this market. I would rather wait for my shift to bullish, but I wouldn't necessarily sell at these lows, if that makes sense. So that is my idea there. Okay. Adonis Workplace, you know who I am. Chris, are you still bearish on gold? Yes, bearish on gold while we are holding below this point of control level. Bullish if we start trading above. So if we start trading above here, I might even look for positions. That is also your Asia lows. We are now starting to trade. So There's your 200 EMA. If we start holding above here, I'm going to go for longs. US 30, still in those positions. There's your EQ. I might add one more position here on the EQ lows. But we'll see. Again, bullish for me. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm not a seller today. NASDAQ, beautiful. There's your 200 EMA. There's your Asia lows. There's your point of control. Nice little sweep here. We'll see what she does a little bit later. Dollar, okay. Like I said this morning, dollar index taking previous daily low, now starting to push up. Dollar, big level is going to be this zone right here. This is where the dollar could potentially reject, or the dollar is going to break through that level. This is this range we spoke about, and we said only one of two things can happen out of this range. This fake out is going to occur. It's going to get everyone bullish. It's going to break out and immediately come back into the range, or it's actually going to be a sustained breakout. Breakout, maybe consolidate a little bit, and then start to move. So that is what we are monitoring here on the dollar. Let's see. What did I miss? Jock Hendricks. I am Elon Musk. Oh, yes. Correcto. I am Elon Tusk. Dow Jones is selling, buddy. It is selling. 100%, my brother. It is selling. I'm Nigerian, but I live in Manchester, England. All right. Beautiful. You a killer trader. Okay. I always watch your videos. Okay. I'm waiting for the others to come back from lunch so I can add more likes. Chris. Okay. What did I miss? Chat. Sorry, man. Chris, how do you determine that it's holding above a certain level? Because I'm sure single candle. No. So if you think about it, think about the closures. We are effectively only trading price, if you really think about it. If I had to do a line chart and no candles, and I'm asking you, are we trading above this level or are we trading below this level? Simple yes or no. And you would say we are trading above. Okay. Now, if there is a, let's say, consecutive time period that passes by, say doing something like this, if I ask you the question, are we holding above this level or are we not holding above this level? What would your answer be? You would say that we are holding above this level. So then it's safe to assume that price is now comfortably above this level and it's holding above. So you can think of it as price is now comfortable with that level and it's conquered that level. So it has basically overcome that level. Now it's on to the next level. So when I say is price holding a level, there's two things that I'm looking at. I'm either looking for potential rejections from a zone. For instance, now it's currently rejecting that zone. How would I know if that rejection is confirmed? The only way that I would know is that if we get something showing me intent away from that level. And what do I mean by intent? You guys would know that I always say, if you come into a level and you reject it and we stick around here, very likely it is not a rejection level. It's actually a consolidation to break through. But if it pushes into a level and rejects, I want to see immediate reaction away from it. Otherwise, it's not a strong level. There's not enough supply there for it to drop. So, again, I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to give you a lot of information. Not really a lot of information, but just... hey, Jason... Come on, Jason. Why do you have to do me like that? No, it's not coming. It's not coming, my brother. I would love for it to to happen, but life is just way too busy at the moment. I appreciate all the James Chris Asia range strat perspective on US 30 improved my win rate and RR on. Beautiful, my brother. Beautiful. Again, we share a lot of contextual things here, Chad, and there's enough. We've shared more than enough for you guys to not have to buy any courses. You don't have to join any mentorships. You don't even have to join Project G. These streams are live every single day, yeah? You get access to us every single day, twice a day. We answer all of your questions to the best of our abilities. So there's really enough knowledge going around here for everyone to do very, very well. Uh, 200 likes, we are doing 5 giveaways, so we only need 40 more. Check gold, Chris. Let's check gold quickly. Hey, okay, so gold now. So now, this is potentially going to be our first break above. And then what I want to see is maybe even a retest. But if I'm preempting that this is not a failed breakout, then I can take the trade on that candle close. But you've got the risk that the next candle can literally just push up and then come all the way back down. All right, so just be very aware. And then GJ, as I mentioned, while we hold inside of that zone, for you guys that want to trade it, this trade is still very much possible to correct back to the upside. And you've got your daily S1 almost as your backstop there, because while we are holding above that previous daily low, very likely we can have a very nice push to the upside. I'm not in that trade personally, just sharing the idea around it. Chris, I'm going to look for you guys at the Rugas. All right, Gareth. Morning, guys. What do you get if you join the membership? No, don't join it, brother. Please don't join it. Chris, thank you for all the knowledge you drop on a daily. We appreciate it. Makes sense to me now. Thank you, Chris. Beautiful, beautiful. How long is all streams? It depends, brother. Sometimes 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. It literally depends. I'm out here working and having the stream on my second stream. Crazy value in the community. Wish I found it earlier. Hey, man. Grab a 2G's t-shirt. They'll spot you. Hey. We should do what Alex G did. Keegan is going to streak there at the Barbarians game, and he's going to have www.2gstrading.com on his chest. So I hope he knows that. Let me actually go ask Keegs if he's ready to streak there. Chris, what are the minimum requirements to keep the Iron 2K indicator? Dane, you got to be a legend. Only legends trade it. So if you don't know if you're a legend, how you would know is if you don't listen to Kurt Darren's song, Yeah, it's a legend, then very likely you're not. No, I'm kidding. Dane, are you in Project G or did you get it through XM? XM, you just have to make sure that you are trading with XM and that you've at least made the minimum deposit of $40. And that's all. Chris, if you had to start over and trading with all this knowledge and experience, how would you approach it? Donnie, I'm going to pee quick and then I'm going to answer that question. Very, very good question. Very good question. I'll be back. Okay, Donnie Pretorius, very good question. All right, so what I would do is, first and foremost, outlook. My outlook would be a lot, how can I say, my horizon would be more long term. I think for most in trading, it's about how can I make as much money as quick and as fast as possible. So handling your trading account, not necessarily like a trading account, but handling it like an investment account. All right, so that's the first thing, mindset. Before I even think strategy, your mindset. A little ASMR there for you guys. Okay. So firstly, mindset. Getting a 5 to 10 to 15 year plan with it. And slowing everything down. For some reason, when we get into trading, it's like our minds go at 1,000 miles per hour. And everything is just rushed. Everything is like you trying to get as much information as possible. You're looking at this guy, you're seeing this guy's making 1,000 pips, that guy's making 10 million rand, this guy's doing that. And all of a sudden you're in this buzz and you're in this frenzy in your mind. So slowing everything down. And then secondly, keeping everything as simple and as easy as possible. And what I mean by that is have your strategy in place, have your idea for the day, make it simple. As soon as we start to complicate things, things just break down. The more processes you have in your trading, the more chance of shit going wrong. So that would be my suggestion, and then giving yourself ample time. Don't govern yourself by a time period of saying I have to do this in a matter of 3 weeks, or I have to do this. Just follow that process. Give yourself room for error. Make sure you stay in the game, and effectively I can't guarantee that you will get results, but for the most part, that's all I would change, Donnie. I would more mindset. How do you control overtrading? How you control it is you overtrade, go and overtrade, lose a lot of money, sit with that feeling where you absolutely wrecked your weekend, because for the most part we tend to overtrade on a Friday, and do that a couple of times to the point where you say, okay, I might actually be clinically dumb. And then after you realize like you are, apologies for my French here, when you realize you're a fucking idiot, and I'm talking out of experience, then you're like, okay, something's got to change. I can't be doing this consistently. That is how you control overtrading. Me telling you how to control overtrading is not going to make a difference. You actually going through the experience, you doing it, getting the negative result from it, there needs to be a switch in your brain. Some people never get that switch because that dopamine, they chasing the dopamine from what trading gives them, and they'll just continue to piss out money in trading. But some people have a light bulb moment where it's like, okay, let me bring this back to a plan. This is my plan. I take 2 trades a day, 2 trades a session. If I take a loss, I'll give the trade maybe a second chance after 2 losses, done for the session. In terms of targets, we've spoken about it multiple times on the streams. Your targets as such would be daily flip levels, previous daily highs and lows, session lows and highs, and from there you can play it into how far you want to run it, trailing your stops, whatever. But yeah, that is the idea with targets. Or you can use the pivots. The pivots will give you a very good idea of where a trade can go to or where it cannot go to. So yeah. Experience is the best teacher. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, thanks for that powerful stuff. Beautiful. I love that feeling. Mr. 2G, how do you deal with making too much money? You give it away, Nazim. Go take some of that money, go bless someone else, and that's how you deal with winning. Go bless somebody else. If you're doing well, look around you. There's a lot of people in need. There's a lot of people struggling. So that is how you deal with it. Give it away. Like we said earlier on stream, it's better to give than to receive. And you're also going to feel awesome giving away. So yeah, that would be my suggestion. Is there an indicator for the pivots? Yes, there is. Pivot point standard on TradingView. Pivot. There you go. Pivot point standard. Nazim. Hey, we love trolls, Rux. I'm the biggest troll here, so you can join me. Wish I could cut out all these James Chris is dropping and archive them. You can't troll a troll, Nazim. I'm the king of trolling, my brother. You're going to have a tough time trolling me. I don't know why guys think they can still troll me. Oh. But very, very... No, I love it. I love it. I'm going to give Nazim at least a 9 out of 10 for effort. That was solid. Not original. I wouldn't say it was original, but very, very good effort. I enjoyed it. It gave me a good laugh. The things that still gets me is how Chris trolls with a straight face. Oh. Chat, let's see what is happening here. Dollar, all right. Dollar is trying to make that break. We're going to see you in a couple of minutes. First hour and a half, almost into the session. NASDAQ rejecting Asia lows. Now starting to hold below that previous daily high. That is going to be relatively bearish for NAS, but we'll see where we trade a little bit later. US 30, as mentioned, still holding onto some longs here. And we'll see if we can get some type of breakout here. I'm literally just waiting. If you go on the lower time frames, you can see that we've got some type of downward slope here. So I'm literally just waiting for the order flow to shift somewhat bullish. We can still see taking out lows. I definitely want to add one more position into these longs, and that will be me. So I'm just waiting for that. Gold, on the other hand, as mentioned, where's that zone? Alrighty. There's our break back above the point of control. I'm going to monitor this 5 to see if we can get through this 200. As you can see, that 200 acting as a very strong resistance there earlier on this morning, around about 8. Now back at it again, back above the point of control. So if we get a nice break above here, chat, I will get into some gold longs potentially, all right? That's the idea for me. So let's monitor gold for some potential positions. GU now starting to break below Asia lows. We're going to need to see whether we get a very clean and strong move below here, or whether this is very similar to what we had yesterday. If we go back to yesterday's chart, I don't know, not yesterday, it was Friday. I don't know if you guys remember Friday, we had that deep drop and then we had that nice push back to the upside. So we will see if that is the case here. GJ not holding inside of that zone there. So that is your idea gone. And that is that break outside of the range. And now potentially what you can look for is either rejections off this daily S1 or even your previous daily low. This is now potentially a valid breakout out of that range. Let's quickly check it out. So now you've got this break out of the zone, and now you could potentially mirror what happened here. All right, you can see that we are currently in this downward slope, and now that breakout out of the range. So that could potentially could have been the retest for it to come all the way back down. But if you had the idea that it could go back up, that was your idea right there. And then personally, I wouldn't sell at these lows. That is the weekly low, the daily low, the session low. Also trading into this potential demand zone right there. So shorts, I want to say, is a little bit risky for me. But as we said, daily bias is bearish. We haven't taken out any previous daily highs since Thursday last week. So still very much bearish. Let's just switch that off. Chris, I'm bringing a shaving machine next week. No, man. Miles, why do you want to do that? I told you we want to target the Muslim audience now. So I have to get my 4-finger beard. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Love all my Muslim brothers and sisters. I think it was Mo that asked me, and I said no. No, like Eek asked me, and I said no, brother. I'm coming to mosque on Friday. We wanna broaden our audience. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I love how you still get gigs, and he's with you every day, Blake. Oh. The sound like a troll that has been hibernating through the winter under a bridge somewhere. MFX in the house. Millennial FX going to be the best decision of life of getting rid of that 50. Yo, Brian. It's almost like Mo. So when Mo came in Monday morning, his hair is cut short. I'm like, Mosky, what did you ask the barber? He's like, nah, I just asked the barber, freshen up the fade, whatever. And I'm like, that guy left your hairline at like 1 HP. Just gave you enough to see like there's an outline, but you almost bald. And Mo cracked up. He's like, no, man. What is rule 1, Linda? Linda. What is rule 1, Armand? Let me quickly check there. Let me check. Where did I share it? Let's check here quickly. Let's check Linda. Remember, Armand, we are technically trading out of session, eh? So the volume is very, very low. So if there's volume, we technically trading a US indice during London. So we preempting what potentially is going to happen during NYC. So that rule definitely does apply once we in session, 100%. But we're seeing this as the potential manipulation. So there was your accumulation. Let's say this is your manipulation, and then you're going to get your distribution later. So we're trying to preempt or position ourselves what we think can happen a little bit later. Let's check gold. There's that 200. Brother, we can definitely trade bearish. We definitely can. The only thing is we're back inside of the Asia range. So I am more inclined to potentially wait for that breakout above that 200. If we get it, if we don't get it, I'm going to say just be very aware where you are trading contextually. But I'm not saying it cannot go bearish. So just be ready for both scenarios. If you like to short, let's monitor if we get a rejection here off that point of control. Then you can execute it, monitoring Asia lows. Then you want to see price getting outside of the Asia range. And then you want to start seeing momentum away from there. Otherwise, I still think the bias could be a nice one. If NAS breaks inside the Asia lows, can we see 100%? Yes, 100%. Hundos. I want to say this entire zone here. This entire zone there. Above there. Longs on the table. Long and strong. Are you trading right now? Yes, I am trading right now. I am in some longs. I'm waiting for a little bit of a shift here to the upside, and then I'm going to add one more long, and then I'm letting time do the work for me. I'm going to let you guys, Chad, yeah, I'm going to add one more position right here, Chad. Nice little shift here, adding one more position here. Give me one sec. Savannah. There we go. Alrighty. Chad, adding one more position there. So our average is more or less going to be, average price is going to be more or less there now. No more positions for me. That is 3 positions stacked in. And there's my stop. All same lot sizes. And I will now potentially wait. Level that I want to monitor once we start getting into some profit here is going to be Asia lows. That's going to be the first level. The reason I say Asia lows is this was quite an aggressive break below Asia lows. Okay. So I'm not completely ignorant towards the fact that this could be a structure break. We could push up to Asia lows and we could reject there and we could have a down day. All right. There's a very high probability we could have a down day. So I'm not going to be ignorant, but I'm not shifting towards a short bias. Even if it rejects there, I'm sticking to my one bias for the day. Let me see if I missed anything here. Almost at 200. Can't go downstairs now to other apartments. Busy with a little work right now. Thanks, Kurtley. Do appreciate you, my brother. Just joined Prodigy, so slowly building. Beautiful, beautiful. What about GU, Chris? GU. Like I said, GU, we can still get that fake out move. Eh? This is what we drew earlier, where we said we can come down, potentially come back inside the range. This for me is not really a displacement below Asia lows. This is like 8 pips. How much is that? Yeah, 8 pips down. That's not a displacement for me. That's more, yeah, that is still relatively cute. Gold, all right, gold. Let's see what gold's going to do. DXY, alrighty, chat. It's looking like DXY wants to reject that level after taking those highs. So now what you want to see is you want to see it start moving away aggressively. You don't want to see a trickle here. That is what you want to see there. NAS, we want to see come back in the range. Gold, very simple for me. I'm going to take a squiz at it once we get above here. So that zone there, I'm going to actually take a shot. Very clean for me. I will definitely consider some longs. We got to get through that 200 though. Do you open live in US session? We do have a live. Is 10 pips putting gold on a stretcher, asking for a friend? Is 10 pips putting gold? 10 pips on gold is basically some of these wicks. Depends. It could be on a stretcher. I missed tea time, Chris. I blame you. Hey, man. I had a rumor. Yeah, that's why he's gone this week. He's actually looking at some retirement villages to lay back. So he's currently shopping where he's going to retire. Iron 2008 TB1, TB2 on gold, 1 minute. Hey, Jacobus. Iron 2000 has been doing very well, so we're blessed for this. Chris, do you have a daily target, daily size for move, point and position for Dow? Do you build? Yeah. So Yuan, I've got a value amount that I've basically, remember I told you guys, my idea is that from my first position, I've got about a 220 pip stop. That's the idea, 220 from those averages. So first position was up there somewhere this morning. I'll build up to a maximum of 4 positions. And then my target for the day is, actually there's a few targets that I've got. So contextually, my first target would be Asia mid-range. That is my first target. That is where we can potentially reject from. And it also, weirdly enough, lines up with these volume nodes. Then after that, it's going to be Asia highs. And then after that, it's going to be the daily flip. And if we get the daily flip, then we can potentially see that average daily range we've got on US 30. From the indicator, that tells me the average daily range is 300 points. So now, if I think about that and we go back to our time frame, and let's quickly see the average daily range that we currently have is round about 202. So if I take it from the open, we open up there. All right. So we've done 266 in terms of the average daily range. So if I think about 300, and this is my average position down here, and I take 75% of 300 to give myself, say, a 25% correction factor, 300 times 0.75, that gives me about 225. So 225 is the low-hanging fruit, which is sitting there. But ultimately, I've recognized on the daily that I've got a level up here that I want to be tested. So coming back to what we always talk about with price trading in ranges, is that this is effectively our trading range for the day. All things considered, if price holds this zone, it will very likely go and test that zone. And this is where it can potentially break out and continue, or it's going to reject. So for that reason, my higher time frame target is that flat body resistance area. So as the trade develops, as the trade starts to play out, you take it level by level, and you don't just ignore everything else that happens here. So that's how a trade develops. That's how you manage the trade. So once you're in the trade, your mindset shifts completely to trade management mode. And then it's about, why am I doing this? There needs to be a reason for everything you do. If this happens, then I'm going to do this. If that happens, I'm going to do this. It's always a case. Trading is always, if this, then that. That is all that trading is. If this breaks through, then that is what I'm going to do. It's as simple as that. Oh, Ed, you shouldn't have, bro.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
I got you next time.
Okay, sweet, brother. Chris, did you ever trade fundamentals? What do you mean trade fundamentals, Babu? I just want to make sure, because some people, when you talk about do you ever trade fundamentals, I'm not 100% sure what that means. If you talk about fundamental, do I trade fundamentals? Contextually, fundamentals form a part of what we do in trading. And I've got a pulse for what fundamentally is happening in the market. So, yes, I do trade fundamentals. But if you talk about, I'm not sure what you mean by, do I trade fundamentals? Do I trade fundamentals like fundamental pip lord? No. But if you're talking about developing a theory around what's happening geopolitically and happening with monetary policy, then yes, I've never not traded fundamentals. Fundamentals is what gives your trades context, and you want to trade into that higher time frame context of what's happening with monetary policy globally, what's happening with geopolitical tensions, what's happening with geopolitical relations, because it's a globalized economy. No economy is isolated. As much as we want to think economies are isolated, the world is globalized. Fundamental pip lord. Chris, what's your opinion on Justin from the Money Tribe thing? He says he bases his trades. Oh, bro, I'm not even gonna. Sorry, man, Leighton. I'm not gonna get into that. Okay, making buy or sell decision based on intrinsic value of an asset. Lexard, would you still agree with me that fundamental analysis to a point is subjective? And it's going to depend on your perspective on the matter. Can we agree on that? Let's say you are a very leftist person and I'm very right. We can look at the same scenario and subjectively have two different potential outcomes that we can expect to happen. Because that is why economists are the best at guessing games. They create a theory, but each economist is still driven by his own subjective outlook. Can we agree on that? If we're going to agree on that, I'm happy. Yeah, I think I think people sometimes have a skewed perspective. Can you say something about the NQ levels? I can say something about it. Say something, say something. We did say bullish once we are above this level, and it's currently trying to hold above here, so that could be a very good sign. But that's the levels. Like I said, while we were trading here, I would not short it. So yeah, that's the levels. All right, gold rejecting that level, not getting through there. GBP USD back at Asia lows. GJ coming back into the zone. There's that daily zone. That's why I said I wouldn't short into the zone, because that is that daily demand zone. Again, nothing clever or nothing smart. I'm not really that clever. I would want to think that I'm very smart and clever, but not so much. But there's that daily zone. That's why I said I wouldn't short into it. And then US30, we are just fighting it, Chad. We are struggling here. Yeah, Nazim, I agree. Fundamentals. Think of fundamentals as setting the room, setting the mood in the room. So if the music is slow and it's romantic, lights are dimmed, then obviously you know what the mood is, or what the plan is. If the music is loud and it's fast beat, then you're most probably in a spinning class. But the fundamentals almost set the temperature, sets the sentiment. So you're saying economist is just another... Very much so, Wesley. Very, very much so. Right, Chad, we have got 4 more likes to go. I'm going to end the stream in 3, 2, 1. No, I'm kidding. Real gold traders know the tonnage. Bro, I don't even flipping know where to check tonnage. And what is the strategy though? Do you look at delta? What? Who? Yeah, how do you the tonnage, is there like a delta value? Yeah, I don't know. Is there like maybe like a upper band and a lower band? If the tonnage is below the average, do you buy? If the tonnage is above the average, you sell. I don't know. The ton strat. Buy my tonnage. All right, 203 likes, chat. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's get that giveaway ready. I don't know if we've got Nightbot on here. Let's check here. And again, I'm not saying the tonnage thing doesn't work. Obviously, data is data. So any type of data, if you can use it to your advantage, it's simple supply and demand. So obviously, if there's a lot of tons above the ground, supply is high and price could be low. If there's a lot of tonnage underground and not a lot above ground, that could mean that there is demand and they would want to go get those tons out of the ground. So all I'm saying, okay, yeah, I'm not going to get myself into trouble. Let's just keep it moving here. Alrighty, chat. Giveaway. How it is going to work is that you have to be active in the chat. Drop a W. Make sure that you have liked the stream and that you are subscribed. If you're not a subscriber, unfortunately, you cannot win. All right. So I'm going to get you guys ready. Just a young W in the chat. Just make sure that you've liked the stream and that you are subscribed. Please, chat, make sure you are subscribed. We work in the currency of subscribers. Just want to grab a pen here. 5 of you legends will be getting an account today. 5 of one of you beautiful people. Right, I've got my notebook here. Chad, I'm actually gonna just do random pickers because the chat is gonna, you guys break a chat in half. So I'm gonna let the luck of the draw decide the 3 winners here today. Okay, VF winners. In my eyes, all of you guys are winners and absolute legends. So if you don't win an account today, we still love you. You are still a legend and you're still a winner. So let's go here. Alrighty. Let's take the last 15 minutes. Okay. Okay, righty, chat, are you ready? First winner here today is gonna be Ricardo Page, my brother. You are our first winner. And chat, please listen up. The process is please take a screenshot of your YouTube profile so you can check your username, and please email support@vaultfunder.trade and say you were one of the giveaway winners, because I'm going to send this to them. All right. So Ricardo Page, our first winner here this morning. Lee Pastor. Some would say he's a pastor, but maybe he's not a pastor. But Lee has been one of our diligent viewers. So Lee, beautiful, beautiful Lee Pastor. You are a winner. Mike_G's. Mike has also been here. Chad, don't think we do not see you guys. We appreciate the support. Like I said, all of you guys are absolute legends. All right. Rudzani, why do I feel like Rudzani already won last week? Rudzani, did you win last week, my brother? Because then we're going to have to... Okay, no, we're not. Rudzani, that's just your luck. No, we're not going to take it away from you. Beautiful, Rudzani. Curtly Grieve, my brother. The guy with absolute energetic gees here this morning. Curtly Grieve, my brother. Well done to you, man. Thank you for bringing a lot of that positive energy. That is incredible. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much, my brother. You are a winner. So, Chad, Ricardo Page, Lee Pastor, Mike _G's, Radzani, and Kurtley Grieve. You guys are the 5 winners here today. Incredible stuff. Incredible. Might do it again tomorrow. 200 likes and we can do it again. Or even during NYSE. I don't know if Ed sneezed or whether he farted, but that was intense, Ed. Ed, you're right, my brother. Might drop, remember Fubs' alert, might still drop the NFP signal as well. If you guys stay, yeah bro, Ed rips it. I'm gonna be honest, the one day in studio, we're just chilling and Ed rips one and I was like, Joe, Ed, those protein bombs are ruthless. Ruthless, I tell you. So, alrighty, those are our 5 winners. Kribo, since I didn't win one, bought an account. Hey, brother, do appreciate the support, man. Support local. Local is lekker. Yeah, I'm gonna actually do maybe this week still or next week. We're gonna phone random. So make sure, Chad, if you are a Vault Funder client, make sure you answer your phone because the next couple of weeks I'm going to be phoning some of you guys that are busy with challenges and we are going to put you into phase 2, or if you're into phase 2, we're going to put you into the funded stage. So just be alert. So you might miss an opportunity to go from phase 1 to phase 2, even if you're in drawdown. We've got a nice little content idea that we want to do for you guys. So check it out. No, Lennon, we know you gotta do the hard graft, brother. If you for some reason get randomly selected, if you're in phase 2, we're actually going to put you back into phase 1 because you're on an absolute machine and we know you would get back into phase 2. Now, I'm very serious. We had our marketing meeting on Monday, yesterday. And I said we want to do something to give back to you guys. And I thought that is a very, very good way. The email is support@vaultfunder.trade. Let me drop it here for you winners. But again, like I said, all of you guys are winners. In my eyes, all of you guys are absolute legends. Richie Berry, if you stick around long enough, you might be lucky enough, my brother. If you stick around, some of these guys have been with us for, I can't say years, because I think these streams turn in September. I think it's 2 years, so we can't act like we've been around for like 10 years streaming. Giving thanks, big man. Appreciate it. Lee Pastor, it's a pleasure, my brother. Absolute gem. You are all the fastest sperm. There we go. Fubs dropping some gems for you. All of you guys are winners. Chris, to be honest, you are the first to do it. Might just buy a one-step challenge and pray for it. You buy the challenge and it's like, Father, please just be with Chris. Just be with the guys when they do the lucky draw. May they actually maybe even take this from a 2-phase straight into a payout, Father. May they be so kind. Thank you. Yeah, we can, Fubs. We've got an international line. You have plans yet? Yes, Marnus, we actually had a discussion yesterday. So we've got the one idea is to do it almost like, I don't know if you've seen our show Speed. So he would be streaming out and about. So we are going to potentially look at that. So potentially have you guys see us out and about. Even maybe go to my brother. I don't know what cool car he'll be driving at that stage, but he'll have a cool car. Maybe go check that out. Come back to the studio. We've got we did the first one, so we've got some very, very cool plans for the second one. I've been here 2 years since the old office. Be patient, Mary. Hey, Caleb. Do appreciate you. Saying I've been here from the start. Never win, but love coming to. Saying, bro, I actually feel bad that you haven't won because you have been around, and I do appreciate it. And Chad, we see all of your names. Weirdly enough, even though some of us have not met, the regular names come up, and you know who your regulars are. You know when somebody's new, you know when somebody's been around. Like and people have come and gone. The thing with streams is like they come and they go. Certain people don't necessarily do well with the growth of a channel. Certain people want very direct attention. Certain people won't be happy with the format, but ultimately you can't keep everyone happy. And at the end of the day, it's just about progressing and making sure that we still continuously provide value. Because I think the day we stop providing value is the day our numbers will just drop, and at one stage nobody would come because there's no value. Bright projects, you can try it, my brother. To just try and remember the big anticipation for the portraits when old office was revamped. Oh yeah. Hopefully get a phone call. I'm still here, this 9 to 5, just keeping me on my toes, but 2Gs are always in the beautiful. No man, that's incredible, my brother. Always here, but do not chat much. Donnie, we want you in the chat. We want you in the chat. We want to feel you in the chat. That's what makes 80% of the stream is engaging with you guys. The rest is we've entered our positions, Chad. We've developed our bias for the day, and this is that cuck part of trading where it's like, nah, you wait, you need to monitor these levels. Yeah, so it's cuck. Imagine you're doing this alone now, sitting there at home like, I'm a full-time trader. What do? Everything's fast-paced. Oh, shit. You've been sitting in this trade since 6 o'clock this morning. Oh, my goodness. This is so fulfilling. Wow. Your life is so great. You get to trade. Sitting at home thinking 10 is amazing. Right. I won't lie, I came here because of Miles, and I'm here to support 2Gs and MFX. Both have my heart. You are Miles, absolute legend. 2Gs trading. Chris, what portraits are you talking about? Are you talking about my degrees or what? What portraits? Kom hou ons naam hoog. Sitting on okay. Please consider 200k account, please. We will. We'll definitely consider that. Over leverage on this trade, I'm out. Are you out? Did you get nuked? Or are you out in profit? Did you add while it was dropping? Once you're in the community, it feels like family. I even know how Chris and Keegs met. Hey, man. Yeah, Chad, this is a family. This is definitely one big family. Everyone's welcome. The only fear I sometimes have is that when new people come, it's how can I put this very politely? Like some of you guys have been with us, and some of you guys know the banter, and you've been here. So now somebody new comes in the chat, and maybe they don't speak like us, maybe they don't trade like us, and I'm just sometimes scared that the chat maybe goes in a little bit hard. So you don't want to make the community closed off. You still want to be very open-minded. You can have your own flair, and you can have your own way of doing things, but we still effectively need to open up our arms to anyone that wants to come into the community. So that sometimes I feel like, even myself, sometimes you had a long day, we're just human, and somebody asks you I don't know, something, and it's just like, bro, it's already a long day, and now you want to know how much tax I'm paying. Like, no. So, I don't know what portrait photo collage of all. Oh shit! Are you talking, bro? Now that you mention it, flip. We need to sort that out. The portrait. Okay, Chad, I completely forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. I'm thinking what is gonna be. Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Yeah, that's gonna be sick. I completely forgot about it. Let me just highlight this. The portrait. I don't know if this is the portrait of the viewers, the collage, but it's called group dynamics, and it will sort itself out. Okay. But exit before stop out. Okay. Yeah, Lance Road, when you take trades, please make sure that you consider if the trade is within your trading plan. That's why we say do not take our trades here. But you can learn from it. I'm one of the very new, but loving the banter. I think I'm a bit broke because got 2 sandwiches from Chris. Why did you get a sandwich though? And I think those sandwiches were quite expensive to get them across that border between Pretoria and Joburg. When's Bonang back? This afternoon. He's joining Keegs. He flew back 9 o'clock this morning. So he's actually joining Kigo this afternoon. Chris, can I visit for the 100%, London, 100%. If you are in the area, by all means, please come and join us. I only remember the small cars behind Chris. Oh, create an email that we can send. Yeah, well, I think that's what I'm going to do. Create just like a Gmail. Chris, jy kan sommer ons familiefoto gebruik. No, I think the one was the chimp and the other one a lion. No, man. Just Armand, I'm lost now. Suggestion for the... Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Apologies, Armand. Yeah, somebody short. Leighton, when you start making money, I don't think you're going to look for tax advice on YouTube. I think just get into contact with a tax consultant. The best in the business, there's only one tax company, and I'm going to give you their contact details. And you can say Chris Market Bull sent you. Is Tax Consulting SA. When I say the best in the business, no Jerry, Puerta, myself. Very, very good. So, Tax Consulting SA, phone them, chat to them. These guys are going to help you. All right. They are the best in the business, and you can chat to them. So if you want to do it right, these are the guys to chat to. Alrighty. From how much should one start paying? I'm not going to give tax advice here today, Chad. Chris, thanks a lot for the pivot point strategy. Really added value on my strategy that I'm using. I tested it for complete 3 months. It really helped. Beautiful. Just to make sure, do you have to hit the profit target in the 5? No. You just have to have 5 minimum trading days. It's weird that some people think they read it as they have to complete it in 5 days. So I don't know how we can reword it on the website. Because you would think 5 minimum trading days. The minimum, the adverb, minimum. So if it was 5 maximum trading days, I don't know, Chad. And again, there's nothing wrong, Lance. There's a lot of people that have asked that question, and I'm thinking in my head, how can we potentially word it differently? 5 minimum trading days. Trade at least 5. I don't know. Let me know, Chad. Let me know if there's any way that we can change that. 5 minimum trading. No, I know, I mean, but we gotta understand this, and this is where I've got, I'm not weird in that sense. If you think about Penang, a lot of people, English is not their first language. You've got people that came from Africa, like Zim, for instance. A lot of people that didn't have a lot of English interaction. So we cannot always assume that everyone is 100% fluid in English. And for that reason, I've got patience with it. And that's why I'm saying I'm trying to think how to make sure that nobody, because I always tell the guys in the office, they know already. I always say, you never assume. You never ever assume somebody is going to do something. Or if you say, oh, I emailed Amina, then I say, so you assumed Amina has done it. Why not ask whether Amina has done it? Never assume. In life, in business, you never assume. That I always say that. Oh, no, but I thought, and I'm like, no, you thought nothing. Pick up the phone, ask where's this or that. You don't assume shit in life. My friend also, yeah, Curtly, you see there, I'm very slow. No, don't stress, Lance. We've got you, my brother. So does it mean within 5 days? No. So think about it this way. You start trading. You pass the account in 1 day. How can we gather data on you as a trader? So you have to at least have taken one trade over the span of 5 days. So again, not 5 days. How can I put it? There needs to be trading activity on your account for at least 5 days. And it doesn't have to be consecutive, but it can be 5 days where in a 24-hour cycle, you placed at least a single trade. Is Armand? Hey, Armand needs a range. Let's range Armand. I don't know why Armand has never been ranged. Armand, my brother, with great power comes great responsibility. You have officially been ranged, my friend. Yeah, assumptions. Yes, there we go. At least 5 trading days. Fuck, we're gonna have to reword that. Sorry for the fuck. I thought it was clear, but it's obviously not. Cheers, all the young ones need to go. Hey, Donnie, enjoy the run. Be safe, my brother. Move to next phase. Five minimum trading. We're actually going to reshoot all of those FAQs. So we're going to reshoot all of it. Basically, yeah, we're going to reshoot it. There's new content coming out every week. Hey, the chat is chalked now. No, man, I don't mind. Chat, let's have a look here. Very, very slow. Okay, there's that breakout now we spoke about. Could this be the false breakout? I don't know. It's been super, super slow this morning. NASDAQ now currently holding above that level. So if you wanted to get into longs, that's your shot there. US 30 bumping and grinding here. Zone that I want to monitor is this zone right there. So that's the zone that I want to monitor. Gold just rejecting that level. The move down is a little bit slow for me, but it can grind down. GU, as mentioned, there's that potential move back inside. GJ holding that daily level quite nicely, now coming all the way back inside that range. Oh, Chad, this is very, very uneventful day. How big is this range? 66 points. Chad, I've got my positions here. What I will do is once we start to trade above this zone a little bit later, I would look to add a position up there, and I would go break even on my lower position. My lowest position is, just to even out my risk, my lowest position is here. And my highest position is there. There's my highest position. There's my lowest position. So then I'll go break even on this one and the one I've got in here, right in the middle. And then I'll try and get some of that momentum to the upside. But again, I'm not shorting. I'm not shorting into this daily structure we've got. I'll set it out. Obviously, I won't be with you guys to manage the trade. But yeah, we are gonna keep it moving now. You guys know exactly what to expect. A little bit later this afternoon, we've got Bonang coming on stream with Kigo. PC is in for repairs, trying to... Hey, okay, wait. Where's my... How did you get my card? Out of the thing? Yo. So you... And you want to have my phone? Oh, have you not ordered for you? Oh, okay. Chad, that is the support trade coming through. But yeah, Chad, that is a beautiful session. Razani, I would say stop losses would be about the average bottom wick times 1.25. So if the average bottom wick, let's use an arbitrary number, is 50, times it by 1.25, and I'll have a stop of say 62.5. If you really want to play it safe, you can say 50 times 1.5. But yeah. But we'll do some more work on it. Chad, do want to say I appreciate all of you guys. Winners, please email support. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Trade safe, be safe, and peace and love, baby. Cheers, cheers. Let's go.